What is up, everyone? This is Max with Strength Surge, and I am back with another video. It's an informative video today. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. I post informative content on training, gaining strength, gaining mass, all the good stuff, all the hits, all the big ones. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, today's topic of discussion is kind of my stance on taking gear, when you should start, whether you should ever start, and just some things that people don't really take into consideration, I don't think. So let's begin, and if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll pretty much go over my personal use, whether I've ever used gear, whether I am natural. I mean, I guess you probably guess already because I don't look too freaky, but yeah, stick around to the end of the video. So first off, who should be considering taking steroids? In my opinion, if you have not been training for at least 5 years, and honestly, more like 10 years, I mean, you shouldn't even consider it. Like, people that have been training for a year or two, it should be out of the question. Like, you don't know what you're doing, you don't understand training, you don't understand how your body responds to training, you just have not had enough time in the gym. You just don't have enough time to know. I've been training like 6 or 7 years, and I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing sometimes, you know? Not that I don't know what I'm doing, but, you know, there's still so much I can learn all the time. So, yeah, 5 to 10 years, I would say. Let's see. So, people always think, well, you know, I'm going to jump on gear and, you know, you'll get gains really fast, but the bigger you can build your base naturally, the bigger you'll be able to get on gear, you know? So, for example, this is always a good example. If you can bench 225, okay, and then you just decide, okay, this is good enough, I want to jump on gear now, and you get up to like a 405 bench, okay, that's pretty good, but what if you could bench 405 naturally? Like, where are you going to be then? Maybe you could get like a fucking 600-pound bench. So again, the bigger and stronger you can get naturally, the bigger and stronger you're going to be able to get once you get on gear, because it's just taking that to the next level. And yeah, people need to, you know, be smart about it and say, if you jump on gear, if you start like a test cycle, to be real, you're pretty much going to have to be on gear the rest of your life, man. You're going to have to be on T or T or something, unless you want to go through the cycle of getting off, having your test drop, and then waiting for it to come back up. If you want to do that, which that sounds miserable, be my guest. But yeah, if you jump on, you're pretty much on the rest of your life. Like bodybuilders and powerlifters nowadays, they blast and cruise, you know. So whenever a competition is coming up, they blast a bunch of compounds, and then once that competition ends, they cruise on hopefully just tests. But I've heard some crazy shit where people, you know, will cruise on a few different compounds, and yeah, it definitely is going to have some health repercussions. Like, doing drugs in general is just not good for your body. So you also have to take into the health aspect. If you're just lifting weights and, you know, getting fit to be healthy, it's like you probably shouldn't be doing gear, and if you are doing gear, it should probably be a very small amount, you know. Yeah, staying natural is so much easier. Like, people say, oh, using steroids is the easy way. It's not, man. It's a whole nother realm you have to think about. Like, all these variables you have to take into account. You have to, you know, remember to dose yourself, and you have to, you know, watch your liver and watch all your blood work. I mean, not to say you shouldn't watch your blood work if you're natural, because that's just a good thing to do. But again, it's like all this, just so many different things to worry about. It's like staying natural is just way easier, in my opinion. So, and if you are going to take gear, like, you know, I'm no expert on this shit. I've done quite a bit of research just because I find it interesting. But start with this, and this is like could be the same if we're talking about pre-workout dosage. Like, start with the smallest possible amount to realize an effect. So I've heard, like, you know, 250 milligrams of test a week is a pretty moderate place to start. So bottom line, just don't jump in and start using a bunch of different shit and jump on tren and fucking D-ball and, you know, test, and you're doing all this stuff, you know. Keep those cards, you know, play one card at a time. That way, you got to think of the long-term plan. If you jump on a bunch of shit in the beginning, it's like, well, what are you going to have to do in 10 years to realize an effect, you know? You're going to adapt, and you're going to need novel stimulus. Same thing as lifting weights, you know, and you're going to have to overload that dose. So just, you know, just be smart about it, okay? Okay, here we go. The moment of truth. Have I ever done gear? What do you think? No, I've never done gear. I'm not nearly, you know, I don't look freaky enough. And I'm just, I'm not ready for it. I'm not nearly strong enough. I'm not nearly big enough for me to personally justify the use. I would like to get it. I mean, at least a 405 bench naturally, at least a 600-pound squat, and at least like a 700-pound deadlift. If I could do that, all that naturally, yeah, then I could justify the use of gear. But honestly, it's like if you can't get to like an elite status as a power lifter, or if you can't basically compete as a bodybuilder, or if you're just a gym rat, if you're not like, if you're not really big and strong, just there's no reason to do it, man. So I hope this helps, and I hope this deters some, because I mean, I know when I started it was like, that sounds very appealing. It's not like something I would have thought of doing, but I know a lot of beginners think it's so appealing, and it's like, just be smart about it. It's about the journey through the lifting weights. It's not about how fast you're gonna do it. It's honestly, the fun is just getting better little by little, and doing that naturally is the best. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was useful content. Leave a comment down below regarding what your thoughts are on this, whether you agree with my stance, whether you've run a cycle in the past, whatever. Let's get some conversation started, right? And like I said, if you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe. I post a lot of informative videos like this. Smash that like button, and thanks for watching the video, everyone. Bye.